intro.
Nah, I'm not setting up the intro today. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sunday Night with the Sirs. And we've got some really good Sirs tonight. Mr. Mark Todd, all the way from the United Kingdom at the bottom. And then everybody knows Mr. Rob Fisher, Mr. Bazinga himself at the top left. And how are you tonight, Sirs?
After you, Rob.
I'm very good. I'm still recovering from my fishing session yesterday, so I should have my left arm in a sling because I was doing this the whole day yesterday, but I'm recovering.
It's a Sunday. It's the day of the wife, so I do whatever the wife says on a Sunday. So
I do whatever the wife says every 7 days a week.
I'll contest to that. He does. Yeah.
Craig as well.
Yeah. I've been lucky. I've been home alone since Thursday. But I have missed my wife. She's been looking after.
Yeah, but she's going to come back in a really grumpy mood.
No, she's not. She's home. She came home already. She's home.
She's just so happy to be home.
Yeah, she wasn't grumpy. But yeah, she was away from Thursday looking after my mother-in-law. So let's see who's here. Shabir always first, and he has to put that up. Matthew, Brandon, I cannot pronounce that name. Matthias Rutkowski. I hope I got that right. Nicholas Naidu and Gareth, and obviously some more people are going to join now. For those who don't know who the man is down the bottom, he's Mr. High End. I would say high end the world. A lot of what happens in the high-end scene, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, is because of the man down below.
But he doesn't like to call it high-end.
He doesn't.
I thought you were talking about Rob.
No, I'm talking about you. He's the man. The man on the top left is the man who buys it all, and he listens to your opinion. So yeah, his bank balance is affected by what you say. So
he stopped listening to my opinion years ago.
That is not true.
No.
You've cost me a bloody fortune, but you've also saved me a lot of money because you can't lie ever.
No, that is the truth. So for those who don't know who Mark Todd is, Mark is he's got a funny, I don't know why he's got War Spot Scouts as his name there, but I don't know, there might be a story behind that.
Am I on this? Oh, sorry.
Not a problem, sir. We'll call you Mr. War Scouts for the evening.
There we go.
Sir Todd. Mark is a international reviewer of what is deemed to be high end, but he does look at everything on his channel, and probably the most honest reviewer that there is on the planet. And calls a spade, which is what people like Rob and myself, although I steal most of Rob's gear, like to know, because we don't want to waste money. And calling a spade helps us save money and not waste our time buying something, although Rob still buys stuff and it's shit. But that's his fault. Yeah, that's his fault. Yeah, so
I haven't bought any shit for a while now.
Must be at least an hour.
Have you seen the new T5 coming from Malaysia, from Black Rose?
No.
Mine will be on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, I've still got to train. I've trained Rob now. I didn't think I would be able to. I have trained Rob now to use more than one juice. And it's starting to rub off, because for everybody who knows me, when I leave home, that's how I leave home. A different juice in everyone. And Rob's always been known as the Philistine of the vape industry in South Africa, because he tends to only stick with one juice. And lately, he's been branching out, whether his taste buds have matured over the years. Not saying that Triple X is a bad juice, it's a lovely juice and it's his go-to juice, but he's actually now vaping on other juices. Can you believe it?
It has been spoken about in various circles in the vaping world.
I would make the assumption that people are actually nervous.
Very much so.
Yeah, no, most definitely, most definitely. There are no questions. Are the Sirs biological brothers? No, we're not biological brothers. Yeah, no.
But we are brothers.
We are brothers,
Because-
but
Because we're all old and we've all been to army, so we're all well behaved. So we know what it is to cuck off.
yeah,
Yes.
that is true. That is true. So we've obviously the reason. Normally, I do the show myself. I host the show myself, but because it's you, and I thought the best person to get on the show because he knows you probably a little bit better than I do, and
He's a hooligan. Let me tell you a story about him. We we went to Hall of Vape, and they have a very special evening for the VIPs of VIPs, and somehow I got invited. I don't know why, but I was invited.
Thank God you did. Thank God.
And everybody's so prim and proper, and there's Mark and I sitting at the table, and I'm telling him jokes and making him laugh, and he starts to get naughty, and everyone's blowing little clouds. So I said to Mark, blow a big cloud, not thinking he would do it. Yes, and the next thing, he blows a huge cloud, and I just break down, and I managed to take a photograph of that. It was actually posted up again.
The best part was that the person that was speaking at the time was a huge vape advocate, and was talking as advocates and giving it large and about vaping and how you should vape in public, and there shouldn't be large clouds and things like this. And you're
send me that
Yes.
photo so I can edit it and post it back onto the shed. I need another 24-hour ban, please.
Okay, cool.
Obviously, what we do is when we do have guests on board, we actually ask them a whole lot of questions. It's just really so that the South African viewers can get to know who you are as a person, because they watch you, but they might not necessarily know how you got into doing it and doing what you do. So that's really, we've got a whole lot of questions that we're going to ask you.
And just for the record, only your one nostril's working again today, Mark.
I know.
You're going to make him self-conscious about that.
I would just like to point out that he called me fat before we went live. I mean, I can handle that, and now it's my nostril,
But
and I'm old.
evidently you're short as well.
Well, you're younger than both of us.
Okay, so Mr. Todd,
Yes, sir.
first question. So how did you actually come about to be a reviewer? How did it actually all start?
There used to be a forum called UKV, UK Vapors, version 1, I hasten to add. And that's when I started vaping and whatnot. That's where I joined in, because there was no Facebook and so on, so it was all forum based. And I had purchased a glass tank. It was for a glass carto tank from a company called Brit Vapes. It was a 6mm one. And one of the guys saw me posting a photo, and he asked me if I could do a short video showing it off. So I did, and I posted it on my YouTube page, and 9 years later, I'm still doing the exact same shitty reviews that I did for that 6mm carto tank 9 years ago. So that's...
At least
Yeah.
you've got your white balance right now.
See, I'm just... fuck you guys. That's just fuck. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck. So yeah, so that's how it started, was just doing one product review, and I'd only started vaping about a month and a half before that. and it went straight from a Riva 510 battery with a Carto into Bully Vapor, LV, the LV Genesis, if anybody remembers that, and then Van and Dell back then, or it wasn't Van and Dell back then, it was Van's Warehouse, was it? And yeah, it was just took off, and it was for a few short years. It was great when there was the boom. It just went crazy. It went absolutely crazy. So
just off on a sidetrack there, have you noticed very similarly in the UK, which we've noticed that here in South Africa, that like about, I would say, give or take 3 years ago, the whole industry changed, where it went more away from the group, what's the word I'm looking for? Community to the mainstream. Was it the same in the UK?
Yes. It's very. Yes, I agree. Yeah, it would be that. I mean, I worked in a vape shop for about 3 years, and just after I left working in the vape shop, that's when I started to notice it, which would be about 3-4 years ago. But and it's strange because I mean, like I had a vape forum called The Shed a long time ago, and then I had the Facebook group, and a lot of the names have been. I've seen these guys' names about for 9 years, but it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller all the time, and I think we're just things move on. I think things move on, and the way what we like, how we vape, the hobbyist side of it, and so on. I think that's just getting smaller and smaller as time goes by. As it goes more mainstream.
Yeah, no, we've definitely noticed how that changed from our small little shop that we had originally, moving across to the bigger shop, and how it's got, as soon as it went mainstream, you lost all that. I can't even actually put the right word on it.
It's community. It's
that sense of belonging. And like you knew that on Friday afternoon, everybody was going to rock up at the vape shop, and Saturday they were there, and if you were open on Sunday, guaranteed they were going to be there on Sunday as well. And that's just somewhat died. So just a question. I'll ask you a question from one of the viewers.
I don't dye my hair.
Nah. Question for Mr. Todd. What does he think about magnets, and what about OG mesh?
Thank you for your question, Johan. That was greatly appreciated. Magnets, I don't have an issue with magnets. I'm not even going to get into that. And what about OG mesh? Cotton's better. It's easier. It's faster. If you like mesh, stick with mesh. But personally, I prefer cotton. And I really do not miss the days of spending hours mucking about the mesh. I really don't.
I bought that latest IX, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And I cocked around with it for 3 days, and eventually washed it and put it back into the box.
It's when you crack it, and it's vaping. You're doing a little mouth along or whatever, and it's this is brilliant, and you get comfortable, and it's like marrying a psycho killer. 95% of the time it's sweetness, love, and light, and then when you turn your back, it's like dry hit. Oh! Yeah. And it's worse than death.
I'm just going to put a picture up here now for the viewers that are from South Africa. There's obviously a little competition running this evening. The guys won't see it, but one lucky person will win a T-shirt of their choice. Just ask some questions. We'll hopefully answer all of them, and then they'll do a random draw on the questions asked next Sunday. I'll put that up again a little bit later in the evening. Next question, sir. What's one thing that you wish you had known when you first began doing reviews?
When I started doing reviews,
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes.
I don't know. I'm going to leave the white balance out of this one, or any form of colour adjustment. Listen, I'm in a yellow room, okay? That's what's going on with the white, but I'm not even going to defend myself. Why should I bother? The one thing I wish I'd known, that people are more interested in drama and crap than they are in the actual vape product. I could have made so much money really quickly.
Yeah.
Nah, that is.
No. I don't know, because the whole voyage of doing it has been superb. And the best thing about reviewing, well, the best thing about reviewing for me is, and it sounds a bit soppy and crap, but is the banter, is the crack, it's the
People.
It's the people meet. I mean, like, that's the great thing about when I did start going to the vape meets is meeting people, and yeah, that's the best thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, the mods, the atties, fantastic. I love tinkering, I love playing with gear, all that kind of stuff. Absolutely love it. But the banter is the best bit, hands down.
I would actually have to agree with you there. That's the one thing which I love people, although not all people like me. I enjoy talking to people and having that conversation. That's the beautiful thing about the vape industry. I don't know what it's like in the UK, but definitely in South Africa, and I've said this numerous occasions, is that and Rob's probably the prime example of this. Obviously I call him my vape dad. There's only 15 years difference between the two of us, but
You're 15 years older.
Doesn't look like it, eh, Mark? Still a babe magnet to the
Bring it
nose.
on. Bring it on.
And that I've made friends with all people from all races, all nationalities, and there's no barrier, because the common goal is vaping, and that is just such an amazing thing. It doesn't matter if you're a street sweeper, you're a CEO of a company, everybody's there for a common purpose, and that is vaping, which is just absolutely blows me away.
Were you guys, either of you, into CB radio?
No, not me.
When I was a kid, yeah.
Yes. I mean, it was a similar thing. The community. We used to meet up at the Greasy Spoon and talk shit about CB radio. Okay, you didn't. Okay.
I'm only 51 for crying out loud.
Okay, that's true.
He's older than me then. I'm the young one here. How old are you, 51?
I'll be 52 in July.
Okay, then I'm the baby here. Thank you very much. But I'm a lot grayer than you and got less hair than you, I can promise you that. Not here, but less hair than you. Just some questions that have come up here on the thing. Brandon asks, Mr. Todd, what is your favorite high-end mod and why?
I'll adopt my usual stance on that question. I don't have a favourite mod as such. I have mods that I get into review, and I don't keep all of them. A lot of them just come in, get reviewed, and go straight back out, because I don't click. Like, Rob was talking about the Stratums. I mean, beautiful mod, enjoyed reviewing it, enjoyed vaping with it, but I never clicked with it. I've got lots of mods in the house that I keep. A lot of people have heard this story before, but I tend to keep the mods because of the relationship I had or have with the modder. If there were presents from friends, if they were given to me, yeah, that's why I tend to keep them. I don't have any particular favourite one as such.
Okay.
I have lots of favourite ones.
Nice.
The one I use most, the one hand on heart, if I was to say the one I use the most as a daily driver would be the Delro. That's the mod that I use every day, and I have done for the past 2 years.
Okay. Another question from one of the audience is one item that you own that no matter what the offer is, you will never sell.
Anything that was given to me by somebody as a present,
Okay.
usually. Yeah, probably this. My Beagle.
Oh, I thought it was going to be that.
That would never go. That would never ever go.
That's like 18650s.
4, yeah, 4
Okay.
in parallel. But it was made. I mean, it was made by Eddie at Darwin Mods, who's a gentleman, but he put all the videos of him actually machining it and everything online. And when you see the work that went into it, there's only 3 he made 3 in a prototype. So yeah,
I think your next video should be you polishing it.
I actually have to polish that every few weeks because it just sits there and.
I must actually.
What do you polish with?
Peak. Just because it's not quite as abrasive as a lot of like auto gleam and stuff like that. It's not quite as abrasive, so
Okay.
yeah, that's what I tend to use.
I must actually get that mod back from the shop because it's on the shelf as an ornament. I had a customer make me a mod out of an electronic guitar pedal, a foot pedal. Remember that one?
I remember somebody
Yeah.
making them years ago. That used to be quite the thing.
Yeah, they made me, and it's fires and everything. Dual 18650, Fat Daddy 510. It's got a MOSFET in it, and it hits like a beast. I must actually get that back from the shop now. Thinking of it. Oh my God! Check this, dude.
That's one that I would. This was a present from Gudula at Vape Don't Smoke in Krefeld in Germany. She had this made for me, and it's an old SX, a Yeehee inside it, and it works great. It weighs an absolute ton, but it's that's another one I would never let go.
You got any questions there, Rob? Before I get to mine, other ones?
Yeah, let's talk favorites. I know you're a bit of a TV and movie buff. What's your favorite TV series?
Yeah, holy crap. TV series. Oh, so many.
Stargate?
I love all Star Wars, Star Trek, all that kind of stuff. Love it. But House is one of my favorites. I love House. I love the humor in it. It's very
Dry.
yes, very dry. Sarcastic.
I have to say, House was probably one of the best series ever made.
Yeah,
I love it. Love that sense of humor.
Best series ever made was Friends.
I just lost so much respect for you.
That humor is just fantastic.
Yeah, it was excellent.
And favorite movie?
It would probably be
Top Gun.
funny that does tie into probably Aliens or Near Dark. Another great film. They're two of my favourites. Or no, actually, I wouldn't. I'd say Silent Running was probably my all-time favourite.
I haven't seen that. I must go and watch that.
Yeah, that was a great film. But
I didn't take you for somebody who would enjoy something like Aliens.
I was.
Oh, he's a Trekkie of note, this oak.
Is he?
Okay. Huge Alien. I mean, Alien is, it's definitive, it's classic. It's just, but the second one, Aliens, was it came out when I was in the army. I was a squaddy, and we used to get out at the weekend, and we could go into the local town. Well, we went into Darlington, and there used to be like all these young laddies with buzz cuts and whatnot. And all we did was every week we would go and watch. It would be either Aliens or Top Gun because they both came out at the same time. So, what a childhood! Eh? Jesus wept.
And favorite music taste?
It kind of goes all over the shop. I'll pretty much listen to anything. But I was kind of electronic. 79, 81 was, you kind of stick with, that's what you listened to when you were going through that phase when you were a teenager.
Yeah.
So that's kind of stuck with me over the years, like Gary Newman and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll listen to anything, absolutely anything.
Favorite alcoholic drink?
Jack Daniels, I'm afraid. It's the only thing I consume in vast quantities without getting a hangover.
And you drink Guinness?
Yes. Love a Guinness. Stable diet. I've just, God, just see to get out for a pint just now would be,
I would just like to get a Newcastle.
A Nuki Brown.
Mm.
You know what a Nuki Brown?
Yes, I discovered it when cruising, because the cruise lines always have it, and I was looking for something different, and I just absolutely love it. But you can't get it in South Africa, so I'm waiting for Dresden to come back from the UK. He's going to bring me a couple.
Oh, sound. Yeah, it's feel like a Guinness.
This one guy asked the question, "Why does my hair leak?" But then someone answers, "Message Sasha." Just on that note, have you got any plans for a 22mm RDA by any chance?
No. There are things afoot. We'll hopefully have something out from the. What's my brand? Yeah, MT Essentials and Van and Dale will be something coming out this year. Hopefully.
Question: is it going to have more airflow?
It's possibly not going to be quite enough for you.
Oh God! Is it going to be an MTL tank?
No. It'll hopefully it'll be where the har was.
Okay.
Which I think is just a little bit under what you like.
Yes, just a day, slightly.
So, but then so we'll wait and see. That's I think going on with the har from CADs and so on in discussions. We went from there to release in about 3-4 months. So. We're at the drawing stage just now, so
awesome.
So we'll see what happens, but obviously we've got to be quick because tastes change and all that kind of jazz in this game. So
if I see another MTL tank, I'm going to scream.
I feel the same. I'm sick to the back teeth of reviewing MTL.
Yes, today.
It's like when the 18350s came back in fashion and manufacturers kept sending me. It's like, no more.
18350's got to be the most useless device in the history of mankind.
But do you, that's part of the. I mean, I really do wish I was an out the box reviewer. They've got it so easy. I mean, just rip it out of a box and talk about it and put it back in, you're done. But if you want to use it and test it and give, I'm not belittling what out the box reviewers do, but give, constructive feedback on, just a week or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It means you've got to use it. And if you don't like vaping with a mouth to lung tank and an 18350, it's torture. It's absolute torture.
One of the viewers is saying, what would you rate to be your best performing RDA ever?
He's going to say Nada. No, Skyfall. Coupled on the toad. He doesn't want to upset either of them.
Okay. There's lots of RDAs I like, and once again, I keep certain ones. The ones I vape with the most would probably be actually the Vena. I think the Vena's a superb RDA because the airflow is bang on what I like, and I like, it's not spitting at me all the time. So I really like the Vena. The Skyfall is, once again, the Skyfall and the Vena, the two guys that make them are good mates, but I still rate them highly. The Basic, I think the Basic's awesome. What else? Nardas. I know Rob loves the Narda. There's the thing is, and this goes at me personally, and I know a lot of people have heard this one from me before, but I think vaping kind of reached, RDAs and RTAs kind of reached a point, a plateau, I think quite some time ago, where that I can't now tell, I can't say that, I haven't had anything come in and go, this vape's completely better. It's so much better than anything else I've had before, because things have been so good for so long. I mean, you have to be a bit of a special kind of idiot to make a bad device these days.
Yeah, that's very
true. That's my take.
No, very true. And then for somebody who, for example, who's not, obviously we're talking about high-endish type of RDAs, something that you would recommend on a 22 millimeter that you can get from, for example, from China? Or did you rate as your best RDA?
The Vandy Vape one, the one that was just out the Requiem, that was superb. That was, I think they really knocked it out the park with that. But because I think they looked at Skyfalls and Venas, and they just looked at what people, they didn't reinvent the wheel. They just took something that wasn't accessible to everybody and made it accessible
to everybody. Yeah, 100%.
They did a great job.
Do you not see that as a major problem for the high-end makers? I know this might put you on the spot, but do you not see that that's actually, that China is now waking up to this and saying, well, there's now, in the vape scene, there's your high-end, there's your average Vandy Vape product. I'll just use them because we spoke about them. And then there's that gap in the middle that's totally not looked out for or looked after. Where the guy wants to be spending 1,000 Rand on an RDA, hypothetically, okay, they'll do the conversion. But, that's a prime example of the Abyss. And that China's waking up to that. And do you not think that that's going to have a major impact on the high-end scene? Or
I think that scene, as you call it, is a lot of them are changing and have been changing over the past couple of years. Prices are coming down. People are changing the pricing structure because they have to survive now. The thing, I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's all about your budget and how much you're prepared to spend. And I'll pay whatever I have to get something that I like. I don't, you know, if it's made in. Take the Hussar guys. I mean, the Hussar guys have their own workshop, their own machines, and all the rest of it. I mean, they're making the gear, their own gear, and their level of quality, I believe, has come on leaps and bounds. When I think back to what some of their old gear used to be like, I always think there will be a, you know, and you know, guys know yourself in business, you know, small manufacturer, China, but these small guys are going to have to find reposition themselves, I think, in the market if they want to sell the same quantity.
Yeah, that's always, I don't have a problem paying for something that I want. You know, whatever the scenario. Okay, fair enough. Most of my stuff I steal off Rob, but you know, you're still paying premium prices for it. I don't have an issue.
You always get a discount.
I know I get a discount, but it's you're never going to use the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and it's for me. It's I want that, and I don't mind buying it. You know, a lot of guys want it, but they can't necessarily afford that, and that's where I'm trying to say is that, for example, when the Requiem came, I got a test sample of the Requiem. I thought, my opinion was this is a problem because this is going to have a major impact on the high-end scenes, because if these guys start pushing out these type of things, yes, it's nothing unique about it. You know, when I say unique, it is different to what they've produced, but is it different in the marketplace? No, not really, but it's affordable to the masses now. And if it can give you the same flavor, well, like you just said, it's really, really hard to fuck up a product these days. So if it's going to give you that right flavor, you know, and you're paying half the price or a third, or in for example, in this situation, if you compare that to a Skyfall, a quarter of the price, the high end guys are gonna have to start looking at their pricing structure.
Except that the purists are always going to go for
100%. But that market is slowly getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, which is an issue. You know, the likes of yourself, myself, who would like to buy Hellfire titanium, you're going to buy it because you want it. You know what I mean?
The scratches on the titanium drive me crazy.
No, but I'm just using it as an example. Using it as an example. But you know, that's what I'm trying to say is that when you want it, you'll buy it. You'll make a plan to buy it. Okay, next question. What are the best resources that have helped you along the way?
Forums. Bring back forums, by the way. Forums, awesome. So I'm going to go off in one here. As a repository for knowledge on vaping, forums were awesome. Whereas this instantaneous Facebook crap that, you know, everybody wants to know the answer, they want to know it now, and then it's lost, you know, in pictures of dinner and shit like that. Forums were the best thing for me. I've forgotten the question because I went off on a rant straight away.
No, the resources.
We've got a very active forum in South Africa.
Yes, I know it.
SA, still very active.
Is it? Very good. Yes, I have seen your posts on there. What else? Just the thing. I mean, that's got to be careful what I say here. I right, I've been vaping for 9 years, I do reviews and all the rest of it. And when I do a review, it's based on looking at that product for a week, 2 weeks, and doing nothing else, reading up about it and all the rest to give you information. Those are those people that have seen my unboxings will realize that there's a huge difference. And first person to admit, I don't know everything. I'm prepared to listen to other people and learn. And I think that's what you have to do in the vaping game, because there's people out there that are far more knowledgeable than I am on like wire, batteries, mesh, and everything. And you have to listen to these folk. I just listening to your fellow vapors. If I don't like what they're saying, I can just mute them, of course. But that's by the by.
As Stefan Stafford says, I wish I had Rob's vape budget. It's getting hard to keep up with him. There's not too many people in the world that can keep up with Rob's vape budget.
You see, the reason for the vape budget is when I was smoking just over 7 years ago, I could barely walk up my driveway. I was close to death. And now I walk 8 Ks every 2 days. And if I was still smoking, I would be spending more than my vape budget on RCU costs. So for me, it's a non-issue.
Yeah.
I would be dead. There's no question about it.
Yeah. That's so very.
Oh, Mark, I can understand what Dominic's saying because he's typing now. He's not speaking in Scottish.
Okay. Dominic says, yeah, also bring back black and white TV, Mark Todd. Plus, let's close all shops on the Sundays. You are just getting old and confused.
I agree. They should close all shops on Sundays. I agree. Unless it's something I need on that Sunday.
If you actually think about it, these days it's instant gratification no matter what you do.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, only thing in South Africa that I think's closed on a Sunday is a bottle store. Am I right?
Yeah, but high end's not instant gratification. For example, you order from Russia, you have to wait for the bloody postal system to get it all the way to the US, and then you've got to ship it from the US. And now the whole DHL shit, we can't get anything. So this is a major issue. This is going to be a big issue for high-end guys, or vaping in general, but high-end particularly, because especially from the States, because you can't ship to or from the States with DHL.
I tried sending 2 mods for getting work done in them back to somewhere in the EU, and DHL returned both of them.
Yeah, we had one. There was a mod going out with one of Chad's sleeves to the States, and they returned it. They returned the whole package, and obviously we're not going to allow on the label. We've got to put the right commodity code, because if they open and it's the wrong commodity code, and then they confiscate and fine you. So, but they sent it back. But in saying that, Rob, we might have a solution for you. So I'll talk to you.
Oh,
yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, I might have a solution for that. Next question, Mr. Todd.
Yes, sir.
Who are the 3 people who have been the most influential in getting you and your review channel where it is today?
The dog. The dog. I tell you, I would still have 2 subscribers if it wasn't for my dog.
Your dog does get a lot of love, though, eh?
Yeah. Mr. Brisardo, Scott, I get you 69. Both their videos, I watched their entire back catalogues when I first started vaping, and even Scott's videos from 9 years ago are still better quality than my videos are now. Yeah, a lot to thank for those guys, and I'm not going to say that. The people that actually reply on the videos and give feedback, that's really important for somebody that does reviews. Because you never been interested in subs numbers and things like that, but actual interaction where people give you constructive feedback in a video is a fantastic thing. It really is. It's gives me an enormous sense of well-being. No, it's because sometimes you can do a review and I'm the first person to take the piss out of myself. But sometimes it's, hearing constructive feedback rather than you put on weight. It's about time you dyed your hair. Your colour balance is shit. Look at the state of that coil.
Sorry, I have to, because I'm going to start peeing myself. Dominic says Adolf Hitler, Vic Mullins, and a lady in the hair dye clinic. Is that correct, Mark?
I have tattoos of all three of them right here.
Since Dubai is
from Stephen Stafford, he just scored a Cabrio RDT. Does Rob have one? No, Rob does not have one. Rob is very unhappy. I've had a few in my basket to buy, but the Germans won't ship. So that's really annoying. So I need one, but I haven't got one.
And you missed Saturday's 4:30 because you were fucking fishing, weren't you?
Yes. You see the price of you must see the price of those white bullet boxes that they're selling it on MMM. Ridiculous. Like more than double the price. So
It's
annoying.
It's not a group I'm in, I must admit.
Yeah, because I have to be in, because sometimes you can pick up something that I've been trying to get for a long time. Like I always wanted a Lucas, the old squonker from way back. I'll show you. Hang on.
Well, there he is. His wee spanner legs are out.
Oh, yeah. Where is it?
Are you talking like a medieval or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, I've got a medieval in the house.
Always wanted one, never could get one, managed to get one on MMM.
Yeah. There's a shocker, it's white.
I've just got to turn the tap on for Chew.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay, next question. What advice would you give someone wanting to pursue being a reviewer?
Don't.
I had a funny feeling that was going to be your answer.
If you want to be a reviewer for any other reason other than doing it for fun and possibly helping somebody out, then just don't do it.
Very good answer, sir.
If you're wanting to be vape famous or any of that bullshit, then yeah, I think those days are long gone. Unless but then you have to sell your soul to a certain degree, and you have to become something other than yourself, because that's what sells now. That's what sells. So yeah, if you just want, if you like playing with gear and you want to help the odd person out and you want to enjoy the banter and all the rest of it, then yeah, go for it. But it'll obviously depend on what you're reviewing, but it'll cost you. At the start. It will. I mean, I think it's changed now, but I mean, I was a year and a half, possibly 2 years before I even saw anything free to review as such. I spent thousands to get my channel off the ground, and the time that you put in is insane.
Very true, very true.
There's a lot of time goes into it, and you have to and now, especially with like all the things that I don't understand, like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and emails, and you have to interact in all that with those levels, and if you don't, I mean, I get away with it now because people know I'm really grumpy, so they don't ask me anything. But if you don't keep that door open and keep talking to people, then they'll not watch your videos.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Another question here. Where did I see? What's the most expensive item that you've ever reviewed?
Lately, I think it would be the art and mod. Yeah, I think that was over. The one I had was like 1,200 euro, I think it was, in the configuration I had it. Oh, sorry, I missed. Rob, Rob, did you have a Stranger's mod in the air there? I just don't get them at all.
No.
And honestly, I've never held one or anything like that, but
they're very nice. They're beautifully made.
Yeah.
Beautifully made. And the battery goes in upside down.
Dominic's causing trouble again. He says he wants to be a reviewer for free shit. I want loads of free shit. I want sponsored for Slim Fast, but also want privacy, so you can all go and F off. And if you want my attention. That's
pretty much, if I had a company mantra, that would be about it. Yeah.
Rob, any questions from your side, man? Yeah.
I had some, but I think a lot of them have been answered. I know the answer, but what's your favorite vape expo? Seeing that you haven't had a chance to come to South Africa yet, so it doesn't matter what you answer.
Obviously Stuttgart, the Hall of Vape. It's something to behold. The Modders Gallery at the last one was just mind blowing.
I'm pissed off because the tickets were booked for myself and Chad. Everything was booked and going, then fucking Corona happened. My God.
Yeah.
I've still got a voucher for my airfare that I've got to use sometime.
Pain in the ass. I don't think they're going to be able to have it this year neither, because the rate that this shit's going on, I don't think this year, maybe next year, but I don't think this year.
Because it is scheduled for July.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, I'm sure.
And, well, they're going into their third lockdown now.
Yeah.
So, I can't see it happen.
No, I can't either. Dominic wants to know, Rob, how many dwarfs do you actually own?
Going to take the fifth on that, but if I have to answer, 27.
And what about the expo?
They're not all OG DLs.
Well, that's okay then. That makes it okay.
It's actually, you don't actually grasp it until you sit next to him and you actually see them all displayed, especially when he's done his day, when he sits and wicks all of them and he gets them ready for the week, and they're all laid out on the table, and he's done them all, because he's got, I think, 3 Atty stands, or maybe even 4 Atty stands they all sit on, and then he takes them apart and he does them one by one, so they're all done, ready, freshly wicked, everything, no juice in, they sit. So every day he just unscrews, takes another one up, puts it back on, and off he goes.
I'm really surprised you don't own 31 of them and they're all numbered underneath. You got one for every day of the month.
That's a good idea. But there's one problem. The problem is he doesn't make the OG dwarf anymore.
Right. But a lot of them are, like you got gold-plated, DLC, and so on and so forth. I mean, yeah, they're not just all bog standard. No.
And some of them are engraved.
Yeah, it's really nice, that. And do you have Simon strip tips in all of them?
I do. Except I've got 3 of Vince's tips. Do you know whatever happened to him? He's disappeared.
I've no idea.
Yeah,
Of course,
Simon's closed down, and so is Vince.
Yeah, Graham's away. Yeah. Did you? Was there many? Did you buy many when he closed down, or?
No, I had all the ones I needed.
Yeah.
I pretty much only use white drip tips by and large. I've got a couple of, but no, I've got plenty.
Yeah.
He's a grumpy old fart, that, eh?
He's a miserable old bastard.
Jeez.
He always has been.
Yeah.
Of course, he was. I mean, in the game, what the cube, was it the cube?
Yeah.
Simon's cube.
Yes.
He was involved with the Cobra as well, of course.
Oh, was he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was involved with that. Did a lot of stuff in the background. A lot of stuff.
He's making more money doing replacing people's lost car keys.
Who would have thought?
What's your favourite e-juice?
Vanilla Custard is my.
A specific brand, type?
It's changed over the. It used to be Grant's Vanilla Custard. I vaped for many years, and then TPD happened, and and then I went from Grant's to Goose Juice. I still vape Goose Juice most days. There's Jedi's Punk. They do a really nice vanilla custard. It's a shame the guy's a sexual deviant, but there you go. So it's okay. If you know Simon McDermott, you'll know that I'm right. So yeah, it's usually vanilla custards. If mouth to lung, or if I'm vaping, I like to use this man's juice, like lemon crack and blackcurrant crack. I use them. Nata, that's another one that I vape a lot of.
What's the favourite profile of lemon crack?
Lemon crack is just tunes. You know, tunes, the cough throat lozenges.
No.
It's lemony and you crack it, and then it's got a bit of honey on the inside.
Oh yes. Okay.
That's basically it.
Okay.
That's lemon crack. I love it because I smoked menthol for most of my days. And when I started vaping, I started off with menthol, and it's still enjoy a blast on it, but
menthol for the win.
Shabir from South Africa asks, have you ever tried any South African e-liquids?
He has, yes.
Have I?
You have. You vaped Red Pill in Germany.
Yes. Yeah, I vaped a couple of bottles of Red Pill. It's a menthol.
I tried to give you some more other samples, but you said, fuck off, you can't take them back. So, no.
It's a really nice menthol, but it's and it's like it's like these things, you'll know yourselves when somebody says you have to try this juice. It's this flavor profile, but in the high notes you can get hints and tastes of this, and you can it's got this in it and that in it, and then I'm vaping it going, it's just fucking menthol, it's just a menthol. So yes, I don't have a refined palate like some people do.
Oh, well, that's fine. You've got another Philistine above you, so that's not a problem. But he's getting better. He's getting much better. Just while we're on the WhatsApp, because obviously Rob and I are both vaping on it, what's just a quick your opinion on the Abyss?
The Abyss. I was lucky. I got an early sent one to give feedback on, and so on and so forth. I think it's not perfect, but I think it's, as I said to you earlier on, I think they've done a really good job on it, because it's something it's mainstream, but it's got a foot into the hobbyist market. So, like accessories and billet box users, bridge users and things like that. It's pretty shrewd. It's quite clever.
Very clever.
I think they've done a good job at it. And the second batch is meant to address some of the issues they had. But yeah, I think it's a cracking device. I really do.
What chip would you prefer? And it's a Dark Cody's chip or a DNA 60?
Things you're not supposed to say as a reviewer, but here we go anyway. Do you know, adjust the taste. I don't care. I don't care how accurate it is. The screen's in the bottom. I never see it. If it's not giving me a strong enough vape, I'm just going to turn it up. Yes, I love my DNA boards and die codes and all the rest of it, but I don't have any issue with the board that's in it. It's working for me, and it's been reliable so far.
That's an honest answer. Spot on. I was wondering how you were going to answer that, being as Mr. Diplomatic as you normally are. I was wondering how you were going to answer that one. Yeah.
Good answer.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Brian and the guy, Richard, they'll be the first people. And if you look in the Facebook group, they've not hidden from any of the issues the first batch had, and they're not ignoring people or anything like that. They're out there engaged, and I think that's another reason that they're being quite successful with it.
Yeah, I think once they've ironed out those couple of issues, because it's not perfect by no means, in my opinion, but once they've ironed out those couple of issues, the only one that I don't think they will be able to iron out, in all honesty, from a practical perspective, is the changing of the battery, unless you're using it in side-by-side mode. I can't see them changing that up. They could maybe make it a little bit smoother, but for what you're paying, for what you're getting, I think it's world class, absolutely world class. For the variety of commercial coils, and then pretty much every single solitary bridge, your boxer style bridges that you can't obviously put in there. It's absolutely phenomenal. Blown away by it. Last question from me, because we have gone over time. Is there anything that I should have asked you that I didn't?
How much weight have I lost in the past 3 weeks?
Okay. I can see it. Slim and trim.
Love you, Rob. There's a reason you're my favourite. No, questions that you should have asked me. No, I think you did an excellent job. You actually asked me questions. You looked like you were listening, and well done, sir. Excellent work. Excellent work.
Rob, any questions that you've got for Mark?
None that I can do on air.
None that you can do on air. Okay, well, I'm going to call that a wrap for the evening. Thank you everybody who tuned into the channel tonight. Don't forget, I'm just going to put that competition up. Those who've answered the questions, where did it go? I will go through that and call out a winner and before next Sunday night show. I might not have asked all the questions, but I will definitely put you into the draw for that t-shirt, one of the survey t-shirts. But from our side, Mark, thank you very much for taking some time out of your day. And I know you do have a busy day, even though it's a Sunday and it's a wife day. But thank you very much for coming on the show. I really do appreciate it. And you can ban me the next time I put something bad up on the shed, because something will be coming soon. So that you can guarantee you can ban me. Okay, you can even put it 48 hours. I don't mind.
I really, on a hand on heart, I appreciate you having me on. I really do. Good fun, and no, yeah, just straight talking, which I love. I absolutely love. And we would never ban you. We'll mute you. We will mute you, but we won't ban you.
Rob, from your side?
Oh no, always nice talking to the greatest reviewer on earth.
That is true.
That's what my mum and dad say as well.
Hey, right.
Okay, gentlemen. Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks, Mark.
For all the
Thank you
viewers.
very much.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Nice to be with you.
Cheerio.